My name is Vince Donovan from Safety Solutions Training. In our next video, we're going to look at the aggression cycle and how we manage aggression and how we recognize the various signs that a person is starting to get upset and agitated, angry and frustrated, and potentially even physically aggressive. So managing aggression. So we start off with the principle that, generally speaking, whoever we are, we have two states of mind. We have our thoughts and our feelings. And if we're in a good place, these are generally balanced or level-headed, in terms of we're not overly anxious or concerned or not thinking too much and this stress element about us, or neither we're not angry or agitated or annoyed or aggressive or upset about a situation. So in a good place, a balanced state of mind. And unfortunately, how this can change when we look at the aggression cycle. We're going to discuss the early warning signs that staff should be aware of when engaging with a particular service user, and being sensitive and to be able to assess if this person is frustrated. We're going to see how, if not dealt with, how this can potentially escalate to a situation where the service user becomes aggressive and threatening and intimidating. And how, again, this could escalate then to a physical level if not dealt with correctly. So the aggression cycle. And if we go back to our image here, as the person becomes more and more agitated and aggressive, how the emotional mind dominates and the thinking side of the brain basically diminishes significantly. So tunnel vision, the person is very focused and not really thinking about how they're reacting or engaging at that particular time. So we discussed the actual early warning signs and asked staff to consider what are the signs when somebody is indicating they're frustrated. In their tone, in their words, in their body language. The warning phase, when the person gets angry and aggressive. And what are the signs there? The greater animation, when somebody starts pointing and shoulders move and stepping in and stepping out, and space and swear words, and how a member of staff deals with those situations. What to say and what not to say. Telling the person you understand how they're feeling is not going to be a helpful response. Telling the person to calm down is a massive trigger. But we also look at other triggers too. So what is it that staff sometimes unwittingly do which make the situation worse? That the service user feels that they're not being listened to and can unfortunately escalate that situation to potentially a dangerous level. The danger signs. Silence, leaving the room and then coming back. Entrapment situations, stopping, getting right up into personal space. Having explored the early warning and danger phase, we then discuss the recovery phase that an individual can embark upon. And obviously, it's far better to create that recovery phase at its earliest opportunity. But appreciating on some situations this can escalate to quite a dangerous level. We then cover the post-incident phase, when the person then reflects on how they've just earlier reacted, and where they choose to ignore because of embarrassment, or sometimes apologise, or sometimes be unpredictable and become aggressive once more. We look at certain character traits as to how certain people can react in this post-incident phase. In line with organisational safe practices and expectations, Safety Solutions encourage our delegates to address confrontation in our earliest possible phases, the early warning phase. Sometimes that might be dealing with somebody, a client, a customer who has escalated to the warning phase, who gets extremely aggressive, starts shouting or swearing. But ultimately, if they handle and manage that situation correctly, how we can bring that down to the early warning phase, engage through effective communication skills, and to address that particular problem. Organisations do not want their staff engaging in aggressive and dangerous situations, and it's having various strategies to remove themselves to keep themselves safe in difficult situations. So in that short video, we look at the aggression cycle. So when people get angry and frustrated or even aggressive, it's essential that staff know these signs, the tonal aspects, the body language, and not only recognize those signs, but recognize themselves, what they've got to do, and be aware of how they project themselves in terms of the words they use and in terms of the body language they use, because they're being themselves assessed. The individual, when overly sensitive and angry in this state, is watching everything that the member of staff is doing in terms of their body language and also listening out for the words they're saying. So during training, we explore all the safe strategies to manage confrontation.